the stars light up the night, we the men of the black table are here to even make your evening
linguistics
brighter. How we do that might be
this also is part of our education system.
Welcome to another
and a lot of Nigerians are beginning to challenge.
I will be your host. My name is Burna. This evening,
so many
we are diving deep into the currents of masculinity, slicing through the noise of the week's headlines, and serving up some straight talk on all things man. Some say we are controversial, some say we are just catching crews. I say we are being men, real men. Our main topic tonight is one that has got everyone talking. Voice notes gone wrong. Lamba. That's what we're going to be talking about this evening. And to get more on that, you'll have to stay tuned. I am joined, of course, by a set of distinguished League of Extraordinary Gentlemen, and solely for one purpose, to help us dissect the top stories making the rounds. Starting with the gentleman at the bar. Is one of the finest voices you hear on radio, an all-round great guy, the most faithful man in Lagos. What he is faithful for, we don't know for sure.
That is him buying Lambos.
We don't know for sure. He's the mayor of Agungi and, of course, Tieng Gang. Tieng.
Namaste.
You good?
I'm very good.
Fantastic.
How many Lambos have you bought?
I'm trekking the streets of Lagos.
No, but how many Lambos have you bought, though?
I don't even like Lamborghinis.
So you know about any woman in Lambo?
Not yet.
All right. All that thought. While I introduce my man. We call him the navigator for very, obvious reasons. He's a diplomat, he's a biker. This guy can talk his way out of anything. He's the premium MC, is Deck Imafidon. And like we say, everybody needs a deck in their life.
Are you sure it's everybody?
Everybody.
At this point, we really
Deck is the plug.
Some people need Lambo in their lives.
Deck is the plug.
Thank you so much for having me once again.
All right. And finally, we have the man, the menace.
Menace.
Yes, the menace, the meat.
No,
the man that gets into trouble all the time.
Never.
A photographer and videographer during his spare time, a fashion entrepreneur.
And when he's not buying Lambos.
We call him, when he's not buying Lambos, we call him the rich uncle, Okolo Afemi. Have you been?
Looking for Lambo money.
We're all looking for Lambo money.
Right, bro.
Yeah. So it's such, great time we're going to be having this evening. But there are a few changes on the show, which we'll be trying out. Now we're adding a few new traditions that will, start with a short monologue, and then we'll do the toast of the week. And I'll be asking you guys, would you rather? Yes.
Whose idea was this?
God's idea. God is with us.
All right.
We'll be feeling the pulse of everyone, and then hopefully, we get to
So what happens to our quick fires?
Your quick fires are still there.
Okay.
We still have our quick fires.
I go to squeeze everything into 1 hour.
Oh, we've got it.
All right, let's go.
All right, so we'll take a quick break. When we return, the show proper starts. I don't understand you there. Okay, so I'll be starting with the monologue. We talk about strengths, but there's strength in vulnerability. Too many men are often told to carry their burdens quietly and to be stoic ones, to be, protectors. But when it comes to mental trauma, we need to rethink. It's okay to not be okay. We need to give men the space to speak up, to ask for help without fear of judgment. Mental scars are real, just like physical ones, and they can, really hurt and deserving care and attention. It's not about being strong in the old way. It's about supporting each other, encouraging each other to break the silence and remind ourselves that seeking help isn't weakness. It's a brave thing. We can do it if we want to build strong men. A world where healing is just as valued as strength is very important. So welcome back, everyone. We're going straight to our first quick fire on the black table tonight. Yeah, I have to put that out there because a lot of people always ask, we do a lot of talking, but do we really support men the way we should? But tonight's first quickfire is a very interesting one. I'm sure you all know what's going on. Paul Okoye, aka Rude Boy, secured the release of his elder brother Jude Okoye from custody by staking his Ikoyi property while standing surety. Recall that elder brother and former manager Peter and Paul Okoye of the defunct music group P Square was on Wednesday, February 26th, remanded in Ikoyi Correctional Facility following his arraignment by the EFCC over allegations of money laundering amounting to 1.38 billion naira, $1 million, and of course another 34,000 pounds somewhere. He pleaded not guilty to all the charges, and the court adjourned for Friday, February 28, which is today, for his bail hearing. At the bail hearing, Rude Boy announced his willingness to stake one of his properties in Ikoyi as, you know, a surety. And this is something that we need to talk about. I remember P Square from many years ago because at a particular point in time we were on tour together and we traveled from state to state, and these guys were like this. Their bond was really special. And seeing all of this now, it's a bit shocking to me. And, you know, what are your thoughts on how this should have been managed? They've been everywhere online. They've been in the media, you know, going at it. But how do you think they should have managed it better?
It's sad. It's disappointing. It's heartbreaking, especially for people that knew P Square when they had nothing. I remember when they bought the first car. I remember back then when we used to buy all those magazines where song lyrics were written in. I mean, to see them grow from those Jaws boys to being international superstars, and then this, very disappointing. And it shows you that time is not kind to anybody, right? And I just always wonder, what would their mother be doing in her grave right now?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, these boys shared the same womb. Like, they're not just brothers, oh. You came to the world the same day. You stayed in the same womb for 9 months. What is it that you guys can't work
And they
out?
achieved greatness together.
You don't even have to. You don't have to be best of friends. It doesn't have to get to this point. It doesn't have to get to this point. It just shows you that sometimes, when both parties decide that, no, let's go to war, everything scatters, and that's exactly what it is now. Like, even if anybody had told them 20 years ago that a time will come in the future where you guys will take each other to court and all of this, they would have told you Lila, it's not going to happen. And the reason why it pains me is because I remember them when they were living in Omole. We made costume for their first album. I went to their house in Omole. Like you rightfully said, they were like this. Like they were like this. And to see this, no, it's sad.
It's very sad.
And heartbreaking.
Dick, what do you think is their malfunction, basically?
Well, there are layers of malfunction, and I'll say that because this is a typical example of is a typical example of undermining the importance of agreement. This is a clear-cut reason for anybody going into any sort or any kind of business to understand the importance of agreements, legal agreements. Now, these are brothers, like you rightly said. They came into the world the same day. They're twin. I mean, do you know the kind of bond between? You're leaving
out the fact that the elder brother is.
That's what I'm saying. Okay, so if we were to look at it from the perspective of twin, right? It is between Peter and Paul. Not Peter, Paul, and Jude. They're not a trio. But because a third party has come into place, that's the reason why there should have been an agreement stating that this one is for me. This one is for me.
The elder brother who managed them.
That's what I'm saying.
You know,
it is because of that closeness.
Without Jude, there will be no P Square.
Let's be clear. It is because of the closeness that caused this. You see, that closeness is what has caused. We are brothers now. Don't worry. I'll sort it out. I'm the older brother. I'll sort it out. Now they did not plan for the rainy day. They did not plan. I mean, in this context, they did not plan. They did not plan for. They did not plan for the fact that what if we have a discord or we have a disagreement? Now, don't forget. Look, let me tell you something. You see, we need to understand, especially in this country, the importance of procedural, stuff. Do you understand what I'm saying? You need to go through the right process. Let me quickly digress a little bit. A very good example is that of the Wigwe family. If Herbert Wigwe did not put the right things in place, his children will not have anything to say. His family will take over everything, and there will be chaos. So it is important to understand that if Peter and Paul have come together and said, yes, we are brothers, but business is totally different. Let us put the right things in place that will not cause discord in the future. We will not have this today.
Okay, so quick one, gang. Yeah. Do you think, like you said, rainy day, do you think all of this is happening because their time is well past?
Well, yes. Now, there's so many ways to look at it. Their relationship became more estranged after the mother's passing.
Okay.
There was a lot of tension in the relationship, you know. I can speak as a twin myself and my brothers that I'm closer to. You get where I'm coming from? Clearly, Rude Boy and Jude are a lot closer than Peter is to Jude.
Yeah.
Do you understand? So they've had that falling out. Now that's to an extent you can even attribute it to money being the root of all evil and the effects of not honoring, like you said,
The love of money.
The love of money.
Yeah.
Do you understand? God forbid, but this time will come that one of them may pass away. Then we might see how far the hatred or the non-love actually exists between them. Truth be told, and a lot of artists should take this advice as well, you will not be on top forever. You might not be making all of those millions forever, having all of those shows. So there's life after your artistry. Now that they're not the biggest kids on the block, they're not the big three or top three or whatever it is, life has to continue. So Jude must have put his hand in certain pies that are now putting him in this kind of trouble. And based on his relationship with Rude Boy, of course he deserves to be able to stand for him as a shorty and put up property.
But
There was something Femi said that's very vital.
Yeah.
If you look at P Square, would there be a P Square without Jude?
Okay,
That
so
manage them and help put them on the map.
On the map.
So
Do you understand?
I like that you said that, but now I'm going to play the devil's advocate. Let's look at what has been presented. A case has been presented, and this case says that XY amount of money is missing from the coffers. And then, based on investigations, it's been traced to a particular account. You understand? Now, brothers or no brothers, or brothers still, shouldn't there be clear accountability? And in case, was allegedly he actually did that, then don't you think Jude should be held responsible? Because if he actually did, siphon, funds into
So this takes me back
company.
to what I had said.
Yeah.
You see,
I
You can do it, you can
the
say-
legendary
Yeah.
Osofia sang a song. Agreement is agreement.
Please
you.
don't sing.
Agreement is agreement. See, let me tell you something. If you agree, take for instance, we're working together, we have a business together, right? Are
we not working together?
Olamide, we have been friends for so many years.
Yeah.
And I can trust you to a certain level. But not to the
Except
latest level.
Oh, Lord.
But I mean, do you understand what I'm saying? What I'm saying is that we have known each other for a long time. But
Yeah,
if we
well
want to go
enough,
into a business that will bring in
It's
some
another
certain
dynamic
amount of
entirely,
money,
yeah.
it is important that we take the right step, which is of course, one of the things that we need to do is we need to get documents in place that will protect our individual interest. If they had done the right thing, there wouldn't be issues of mismanagement. Why? Because if we had said that, so amount of percentage is going to this person, so amount of percentage is going to that person, as the money is coming
and
in,
the process.
you are
the process
giving me
is
my
clear
money.
now.
Can I say
Don't
something?
forget that this is the second
in
time
the music industry
This
is
is the
different. Let me tell you why.
Okay.
Let me tell you why it's different in the music industry.
Okay.
You have scenarios where somebody is saying we're identical twins, right? One of us is the better dancer. One of us is a better songwriter. One of us is a better performer. One of us is a better singer.
Vocalist, yeah.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
So the problem is when you're distributing or sharing money music-wise, in terms of royalties, publishing, you understand? The producer gets this, the writer gets this, the singer gets this, the performer gets this. So if you look at that sharing. Obviously, not everybody's going to get the same amount. Okay. But people might feel entitled but we're a group.
Yeah.
It should split equally. Some people might even say, Jude, it's none of your concern. But as a manager, he has his percentage and other things as well. In terms of the embezzlement or whatever it is that Jude is going through now, it's not a solo thing. There are other parties involved as well.
Exactly.
That's why he says he's not guilty and his brother is standing by him. So you have to consider so many things when it comes to this family. There's so many things behind the scenes that people don't even know, people are not aware of. I'm even sorry for their kids that are cousins or extended family that don't even know my uncle this. They don't, the drama that has been bestowed upon them because of their own conflict.
So let me just ask a very simple question. So these guys are not on the top of their game anymore, right? And money now becomes a problem. What happened when they had a tsunami of funds? Why didn't they have this problem back then?
Exactly my point.
Exactly.
Why?
Yeah.
Exactly my. That's
Why
exactly.
didn't they have this money?
See, let me tell you something. You see what you just said.
There was a lot of money.
Gang, what you just said
Because
is valid.
the way artists are. Let me give you an example.
No.
Let me
quickly address something you said. I agree with you totally, and you're speaking from the technical know-how of music industry and what have you, right? Valid. But my point is this. You know that, okay, this person is supposed to take this person is supposed to take this. Before that money started coming in, we should have agreed on how much this person is going to take and how much that person is going to take.
I don't think they ever thought
there's no
that
issue.
get this big.
No,
Let me give you a true story. True story.
Whatever P Square is making in a year now was what they were making in a month.
Exactly.
So why is it a problem?
Why is it a problem now?
Let me tell you
Because
why.
it's not flowing like.
Let me tell you why.
But these guys are still making money now. They're still doing shows.
No,
Bro, it's Nigeria.
It's not like.
No, the Nigeria, they don't do show. They still they do show.
You know what, guys? We need to move to the next quick fire.
Let me give you an example.
So we'll take a final feedback from you, and then we move to the next quick fire.
There are certain scenarios. For example, now it's easy for me to tell you that, when you make 1,000 naira, you're giving me 10%.
Yes.
And in your mind, it's just 10 naira.
Right.
Do you understand? By the time you're making 1 million naira, you give me 10%. It's 100K. It's not a big deal. By the time you now make 1 billion and I'm telling you give me 10%, you say, whoa, that's too much money to give me. But it's still the same 10%.
Right.
There's this thing that money does, that it changes when it eventually comes in. You make certain agreements and then somebody comes and says, why is this guy making this amount of money?
Right, what exactly is this guy doing?
He's not
Is it an issue of agreements now, or the fact that there is a problem that did not have an agreement?
Money don't dry. Because one thing you need to understand with the industry is that sometimes, especially, I don't know about outside, but like in Nigeria, a lot of artists behave like Yahoo boys. They feel as if the money came in this week, all I need to do is drop another song,
it will keep
do
coming
another
out.
album, and then the money
And
will
it
come
doesn't
in.
really work that way.
And it doesn't work that way.
All right, on that note, we need to take our next quick fire. So we talked about this last week, and it's only fair that we take the update. Senator Natasha Akpoti has accused Senate President Godswill Akpabio of maligning her because she rejected his sexual advances. You know what? We need to do this in 5 minutes.
I was hoping we're not going to talk about this issue.
Yes, we have to talk about it because there are.
But that wasn't the update we had last week. Last week was a different scenario.
Last week was a different just doing that thing.
So there's an update on the
there's several updates because we've had other senators, female senators, come out and say, oh, this thing happened, and then we've seen videos of another senator from many years ago on during an interview. She claimed the same thing, and she said, okay, you know what, this guy sexually harassed me, so to say. Now, what I want us to talk about is this. Do you think it's fair for women to, say things like that without proof?
So, first of all, I don't want to sound like I'm on Akpabio's side because I'm really not, right?
Please don't.
No, I don't. I honestly don't want to sound like I'm on the side, but I knew this was going to come. I didn't want to say it last week. I knew this was going to come. When a woman behaves the way she behaved, it's because she had a last card she was holding on to. And that's the last card. Like, he sexually, he proposed, blah, 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 blah. But the truth of all of this is, and I pray that this one time, they would press it to the very end. Like, you can't make allegations like this without proof.
Exactly.
Because in all honesty, if things like this continue to just go like that, it doesn't ever end. So if I have beef with someone, next thing you're going to say, he tried to sleep with me, he tried to rape me.
But
come out with proof.
What's the proof?
If you can't come out with proof, then don't even bother coming out at all. Because in all honesty, what she has done now is throw a very big bomb of sentiment into the matter. Now, the facts don't matter anymore. It doesn't matter if she was rude. It doesn't matter if she broke the Senate protocol. Now it's, he tried to sleep with her, she did not agree, that's why. Prove it.
Okay. So, Dek, you have something you want to say?
So let me be critical about this particular issue because this is the number 3 man in the country, and this seat holds such a huge importance in the country. Now, I wish I was here last week to address what has, what transpired.
Here now.
But I mean, I'm here, right? And it's a different thing we're talking about. I would have loved to say that Senator Natasha is an amazing person. Honestly, she's doing great things in our constituents and what have you, right? But I don't think there should be an issue if a higher authority tells you this is not where you need to sit. Move to this place.
Straight up.
I think in the military they say obey before complain, right?
Yeah.
What I would have solicited for is for her to have moved and then make
Raise
a
that
case.
grievance, yes.
Yeah.
Not face the Senate president and have an altercation
Back and forth, back and forth.
and bicker with the Senate
Yeah.
president. I feel
That
like
was
that was
disrespectful,
highly disrespectful
Yeah.
and highly condescending to the Senate president. That's one. Number two, I think it is below the belt for you to go on national TV when you have a committee, a disciplinary committee in the Senate
Yeah.
that you could have reported this issue to.
Exactly.
And it's a bit. I'm like you rightly said. I'm not trying to feel like I'm a man and I'm trying to support Senator, but we are working with facts.
Facts.
How exactly is it possible that a man will hold your hand and would say something highly disregarding and condescending
While your husband
to
is
you
right behind
while your husband is behind you?
Why?
It is. I'm sorry, but
why
it's
is a man? Let's calm down. Let's even take it from that angle. How is a man? Because when I listen to that thing, I'm like, okay, so this guy holds your hand, he's taking you around the house. Your husband is at the back making a phone call. Why are you holding my wife in the first place?
Why am I on the phone call while you are holding my wife in front of me? Like, I mean, I'm not saying that it's not possible that happened. But my question is,
breath, he said,
if we are talking to, you are talking to somebody who is highly intellectual, bro, you are talking to somebody who is highly intellectual. You need to think about the fact.
Come on.
What exactly could have transpired, right? Look, I'm not saying that it's not possible that a man can't say, I like you. It's possible.
Yeah.
However, what are the facts surrounding that issue?
Yeah.
What exactly does this say? Your husband is behind you. You said that. What exactly made you not tell your husband? You said, I didn't want to tell my husband.
I didn't tell him that day.
You could have said it
when we got home.
You could have just told him that this man said so and so thing to me. And I'm sure that he would have advised you right on what you needed to do. I didn't think it was right ambushing the Senate president on national TV. It didn't make any,
to get your summation on this.
I'm with the guys on this, like almost 110%. The issue is sometimes I think I'm not trying to take anything away from women that genuinely face these things. It's their truth.
Yeah.
They can speak about it when they want to or when they choose to.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, it looks and sounds somehow when that's not the lead. When certain things happen before you eventually come and say, you now say, this is what, you understand? That's the major issue.
Yeah.
When we spoke about this last week, if that was the very first thing that happened from the get-go, from the house that said, you understand? Immediately, right there on the sitting, you had said, you had escalated and said, the reason why you're doing this is because of this. People would have been able to hear your voice louder. Not that other things are now happening and then this is like part two. Because this was one time.
So this looks like a tool to be able to attack the person you're fighting. Literally.
So I
that's what I
think
feel.
the basis of why she brought that out is to justify how she reacted, one. And secondly, to also link certain things that have happened in the house back to the fact that, okay, I'm not getting things done because he wants me to do this to get things done.
The question now is, why do women always use this as a tool to attack?
No,
it's a very
she
easy
may
one.
not have used that as
a
a
very easy
tool. We are
one.
just, this is hypothetically speaking.
Allegedly.
It could have just
Allegedly. But this is what I'm saying. Even if it is true,
let me be honest with you.
If it is true, the fact that you chose to speak about it now already starts casting certain shadows.
Let's look at Senator Natasha Akpoti's antecedent.
Yeah.
That woman, and I'm saying this not because I'm not missing words. She is a phenomenal senator. She is a woman that wants to work, and I see the work that she does. However, it's important to understand that there is a way to speak, and there is a way that is right to speak. They're two different things, right? If you're addressing a superior, there's a way you speak to your superior.
Straight up, bro.
All right? There's a way that you present your case. My Oga, please, I'm trying to present this. Please, can you help? Yes, you are colleagues.
Wait,
but
you know what? I think everyone has said, what this, but I think I'm going to play the devil's advocate again.
Please,
I always
please.
do that. I think it's a very complicated
There's
situation.
nothing complicated about it.
It is complicated. It is complicated.
Like, don't even go there. There's nothing
It is complicated.
about it. She disrespected the Senate president. He put her in check. And 1 week later, you come on national TV to tell us that, he made advances at you. That's none of our business. That's you guys' business. It's not. It doesn't concern us. If you want to take him to court, take him to court. Did you disrespect him on the Senate floor? Yes. Did he correct you? Did he check you? Yes. But that's that.
And we said it on the show last week that even if it was a man that did that offense, it would have been the same.
you know the funny thing? No, sorry. Let me just quickly say this. You know the
Yeah.
funny thing, right? I mean, so much respect to Senator Natasha. However, I think it was a colossal error for her to come on national TV to speak about this issue.
Everyone.
Why? The
Everyone.
reason is because don't forget that you have served this person a lawsuit. Whatever you're saying on national TV should have been said in
in
court.
the lawsuit.
Exactly.
So Kilo Wanki, what are we
why
on
are you saying
about?
this?
All right, Deck, on
What are
that
we on
note,
about?
we take a quick break. It's burning on the table this evening. It's the Black Table, the Ultimate Men's Guide, and the cave is cooking. We'll see you right after the short break.
The time has come to experience the power of faith, music, and praise. This is the Max Urban Gospel Chart Show. Every Sunday from 10 a.m., tune in to catch the pulse-pounding beats and soul-stirring melodies that will elevate your faith and leave a lasting impact on your heart. The Max Urban Gospel Chart Show. Every Sunday from 10 a.m. exclusively on Max FM, where we count down the best 20 urban gospel hits from around the world. Get your praise on.
Doubt and fear doesn't occur at the canvas, it shows in the canvas. It shows the conation of raw earthen material slabbed, stroked, and molded at a pace provided by the doubt and fear. Every move way in the struggle of one to the other, merging the past to the present, brushstrokes of colors seen but not known. For when the wailing stops, the pieces settle down in abject beauty, erected for a century of a century. Speaking, advocating, protesting as the arts are meant to be.
Anything that puts a smile on your face. So it's whatever fun activity that you can get into, that you can get engrossed in. So it's different for everyone. For instance, I find football one of the most entertaining things in the world. People wouldn't. I can watch YouTube videos about cats dancing, and for me that's entertaining. Someone else might not find it. So as long as you can get engrossed in it and it's gonna fill you with a sense of pleasure, and you're on the right track.
Now you can catch up with your favorite programs on TVC. Log on to www.youtube.com/TVC Entertainment. Join the fun.
All right, welcome back. It's still the Black Table. Before we take our topic, what about town, I'm just going to ask you guys this question. I said we're going to be doing this, would you rather? And the question is, would you rather have a partner who is completely honest but brutally so, or one who tells white lies to keep the peace? Gang, I'm starting with you. It's a yes or no. Would you rather?
See, I love peace. What I don't know won't hurt me.
You
That's
know,
me, man.
Okay,
you know,
nice one. Rich Uncle.
I've never been a fan of keeping the peace. I've never been a fan of keeping the peace.
Okay.
So tell me as it be. Let's know what we're doing.
Okay, deck.
I'm a white man. you need to be diplomatic.
Well said.
You need to-
Okay.
What about you? You answer
keep
your
it
own
peaceful.
question.
I'm the guy pulling the strings. I don't have to answer any questions. All right, so on our topic this evening, Burna Boy has seemingly responded to the reports that he failed to gift a young lady the Lamborghini he promised her after sleeping with her. Earlier, we all listened to the voice notes that made the rounds on social media with two ladies discussing the events that transpired and apparently led to Burna Boy promising her that he was going to take care of her. Now, that is the conversation that we're talking about. Everyone has something to say, but we need to dissect it and be as brutally honest as possible.
Lamba.
Yes, that's what we're talking about. Lamba.
Lonja Lambo. Lamba.
I'm going to start with you, Richard. What are your thoughts on
So I
it?
feel like if I start, I might not stop.
Okay, start. We'll stop you.
No, because there's a lot to dissect in that. So first of all,
Okay.
let's start from the fact that it's a great revelation. That voice note,
Yeah.
it's a great revelation in the
All
sense
40
that,
minutes of it.
bro, I listened and
40
I realized,
minutes.
and when I listened to
Yeah.
it, and the first thing that came to my mind is it's a great revelation in the sense that to all the young girls out there doing legit work, trying to make ends meet, working
Yeah.
9 to 5,
Yeah.
you are not losing in life. You are just looking up to the wrong people. Your role models, your influencers, and the people you think are
Working hard
to break this bread
Yeah.
are actually selling other things.
But they are working hard, though.
No. Well, technically they are working hard, but
They are working
in the
hard.
real sense of the word, we've always known that their lifestyle and their supposed income don't correlate, right?
Absolutely.
But that voice note just broke it down because every single thing that girl said. I mean, there was one part where she said, a politician was flying them to Abuja for a party. He will give them thanks for coming. That's prostitution. Like, it's no, let's call a spade a spade. That's prostitution. But let's leave all of that aside.
It's a discussion.
No, but but if we're going to be
Sponsored discussion.
if we are going to be very honest, what happened in that case was both of them were out of their depths. Like I said before we started the show. So the girl, first of all, has always been that girl that all the men that have moved to her in her life have always been men that saw her as a trophy. She was that girl that when I get money, when my money is tight, I'll move to this girl, and that has always been it. So she never had to really hold them down for anything. What they say they will do, they will do. She had never met a city boy before.
City boy.
And
Burna.
then comes Burna.
Burna.
Boy, international, global star. I mean, Burna is the epitome of pride. He's full of himself. He knows who he is. He knows what he can deliver. Burna knows himself.
Burna is the price.
He's a he knows. No, Burna knows. Now, Burna sees this girl and he's like, yeah, sample Ile now. So, according to what she said in that voice note, right? And I always say this, that where she made a mistake was the moment he blocked her, she should have left it at that. That energy, she should have just left it at that. Because, first of all, we're talking about Burna Boy here. This is somebody that moves with international stars. I mean, this guy has slept with known global stars that we know. And is now moving to one Snapchat girl. And you are fronting it. I'm sure Burna is like, who be this one now? Hey, me Burna. Do you understand? So that was
Odogu.
Odogu.
ODG.
Okay.
So the guy keeps going after this girl, and somewhere along the line, Lambo, no Lambo. Why you Lambo now? Waiting there. And everybody that says, oh, you should not have said it if you can't do it. That's the life of a city boy. That's the life of a city boy. Chanel bag, I go buy him now. Men will say things just to
Exactly.
anything just to, but post not clarity. It's the greatest clarity.
Post not clarity.
It's the greatest.
Okay.
And now Burna goes, no, this is no word Lambo now.
So the
You know,
cryptocurrency did not work.
failed. So now here's the thing. And I think that she should have just left it at that.
Okay.
We didn't have to know about it.
Yeah, we wouldn't have known,
wouldn't have known.
if that voice note
didn't
wasn't leaked.
exist.
Yeah.
Now you're trying to make him look like, oh, this guy promised me a Lambo, he slept with me, now didn't buy the Lambo. He won. He won because all the boys that you've always been with, she eventually did get the Lambo, right?
Yeah.
Another, like she told us also, somebody else paid for the Lambo, paid for a watch and all of that. But the truth of the matter is that without all these other somebodies in the background, you have nothing. So you're trying to make him look like, oh, he's a broke boy, he's a F boy. No, he's not. He's a city boy, and that is exactly what he did. He showed you how it is. If you can get it for free, why pay for it?
He run am game.
Don't run script. If you can get it for free, why pay for it?
Yeah.
Somebody else bought the Lambo. He did it.
Yeah.
The person who buy the Lambo fee still never sample.
That one save day. My guy. That one save day. You know what I'm saying? That one save day. Now, see, let me. I mean, this takes us back to, bro. This takes us back to that. You remember that episode we had where we talked about this guy who spoiled this girl badly, you know, and then the girl broke his heart and all of that. You see, first and foremost, let's dissect this issue. Who is this girl? I honestly, and this is not to, you know, demean or degrade. I literally did not know who this person
before
was.
This
no jokes. I still don't know her. But when I heard about the girl, I went to her Instagram page. Please ask me what I saw on her page.
What did you see?
I saw a lady holding her panties, holding her this, literally advertising herself for whatever it is that she wanted.
Clean.
No, forget about it. No, but see.
Yes or no?
Bro, let me bust your
Yes
Bible.
or no?
You can pick and
Did you see something you like?
Bro, wait, hold on now.
Farabale. Yes or no?
Wait.
Just answer.
Bro, it's not about clean. Do you understand? I'm saying, see, listen to this.
That's a yes. That's a yes. That's a yes.
Farabale. See, my point is this, right? You see a girl, right?
Yeah.
And you can't pinpoint to what she does for a living, all right? And she comes out and meet with a guy who works hard. In fact, there was a meme, you know, I think yesterday or 2 days ago, that saw Burna Boy jumping on stage and sweating. He said somebody, boy, yeah, you go go give Messi Lambo. Okay. This guy don't fear God. Just like, but my point is this, right? My point is the fact that, you see, we are celebrating the wrong things in this country. There's no reason for us to even be talking about this at all. It's like somebody just whispers something and you just ignore it totally because, yo,
we will talk about it.
Let me be honest with you. You decided that you wanted to be with a person, right? Yes, you agreed that you wanted to do something with the person, and the person, you saw the person as someone who could buy you a Lambo. Yeah. And don't forget, it is not because Burna cannot buy the Lambo. Burna, if you buy him 6 Lambo, nothing will happen, bro.
City boy, no, they do that kind of thing.
Do you understand what I'm saying? But the point is that he probably wanted to teach her a lesson. Not be say this thing.
From the voice note when I listened, she kind of wasn't really interested in it initially until the promise was made.
So what's the point of coming out to talk about it?
If you guys listen to
what are you talking about?
If you listen to that voice note, you will know that the girl is a novice. She's a novice. All the boys that she has always been with, she ran circles around them.
Yeah.
So she didn't know when Burna was gaming at her. The moment you guys met in the club, or let's go and follow my car at the back.
Not be doing is when you see for club, make you go.
No, man, so
come on
you didn't follow him home. You went home, he kept calling, you didn't pick, and he blocked you. If she was streetwise, it should have ended there. There shouldn't have been a continuation.
Because you go see meet her one day.
Because so from that point onwards, the only thing Burna Boy wanted to do was humble her that he's Burna Boy now, global Burna.
You don't understand. International boy.
Yeah, now
you need to come in on this.
People need to realize that the game is the game.
The game is the game. Man.
The game is the game.
It doesn't matter who plays the game.
And if you're a player in the game, you need to understand these things. When I heard this story, the first thing that came to my mind is that there's levels to this thing. Do you understand? Some people on the level that they can promise you a Lambo and you would believe them.
It, yes.
Some people on the level that you promise them an iPhone and you believe them.
Yeah.
Some people can promise you lunch and you believe them and you give it up for that. The problem now, and this from a moral standing, who is raising these girls?
So talking about who's raising these girls, Cider Budge released the video.
Please, I'm not. I never listened to her because
who's raising these girls?
I'm so sorry.
What did she say?
There was something Femi said.
Pretty interesting things.
There was something Femi said. These are just levels to prostitution.
It is what it is,
do you understand?
bro.
These are levels to prostitution. You should stop looking at these girls like they make sense. They have nothing to offer you but sex for something.
Bro, let me come in there. You know, I traveled to Kaduna over the weekend, you know, and so, you know, the project that I do where we have SMEs and women in business and young people in business. Bro, if you see young people doing business inside the sun, selling, making money, bro, Bro, I went to London with women, young women and young people in business last year. Bro, people were standing, selling, making money in pounds.
That's what I was.
Bro, let me tell you something. You see, what you said is actually valid. You see, when you're a young lady and you're working and you're looking at one person on Snapchat,
like, this person is driving a very expensive car.
Forget. You are doing well. You are doing well. You are doing way better, bro. If nobody looks at that girl, I can tell you for a fact that you will buy way more things than that girl would ever buy because she won't be able to afford it. That's the fact.
You said morally and ethically. Now, the rise of social media over the years has influenced younger people. Fortunately for some of them, they can figure out what's real and what's not. But ethically now, let's talk about transactional relationships and the power dynamics that come with men. I feel certain men have encouraged this, and that is why she feels entitled, to get in this. So now we're circling back to men. Should men also be more accountable? Because why?
But that's what I said to you guys, that every single man she has been with before Burna, she was their first baddie. She was the first baddie they ever been with. But in Burna's case, she's one of the baddies. In fact, he doesn't even say as a baddie because
you can't be a baddie with the kind of people I've been with.
Do you understand?
Yo, I brought an international star to the country. Bro, what are you saying?
So in Burna's book, she's not a baddie. She's not a baddie. But to the other men that have paid for her life up until the time before she met Burna, she had always had her way with them. I want this, they buy it. I want this, they buy it. I want this, they buy it. So she felt it was going to be business as usual with Burna. So
unfortunately,
when he said, I'm going to buy Lambo now. So like, okay, Lambo is coming. Lambo. But it was Joy that came, not Lambo. So it is what it is, bro. Burna Boy.
Okay, now let's break it down a bit further. Now, she had a private conversation with the other lady. And then, somehow, some way, the lady she was confiding in, telling all of her experiences.
I think they leaked that audio.
So, it's a bit worrying.
I think they leaked it.
I know the lady talked about some other girl. She kept mentioning her, talking about, stay away from this person. I know that person, by the way. And it's funny that this lady had this conversation thinking, oh, okay, I'm confiding in you. But somehow,
bro, let me bust your mind. Let me be honest with you.
Yeah.
I will not be shocked that girl recorded that voice note by herself and released that voice note by herself.
Oh my!
Yes.
That's another angle.
Yeah, let me tell you something. You need to understand something about the girls of today. They will do absolutely anything to trend. Anything, bro.
The game, man.
The game. Bro, she can literally have recorded that voice note, leaked it, and even called that her friend that she was talking to and said, how did this happen?
Yes.
Meanwhile, now she doing
it. It's highly possible.
Bro, because my question is, why exactly are you telling your friend that kind of thing in the first place? Why? What's the conversation about? What exactly are you expecting? Are you expecting your friend to go and meet Burna and force him to give you the Lambo? Or what are you saying? Because I don't get it. I don't, because you see, the expectations, and you see, it all falls back to the reality of entitlement for women, especially women in this kind of excursion business. That's what it is, excursion business. Because I feel like
once it's transactional.
Yeah, it's transactional, definitely.
Once it's transactional, don't blame yourself if the transaction doesn't go.
Bro, don't be every time the transaction go now.
Decline.
You don't understand.
Transaction insufficient funds.
Bro, the is too high. The rate is too high now.
I think the thing is, I think the thing in all of this thing for me is the fact that there are people that actually feel like, oh, Burna shouldn't have done that, Burna shouldn't have. But the truth is, that's the way.
Done what? What did he do?
Bro, let me bust your mind. Do you know that maybe Burna actually wanted to buy that car, but he no, come now.
Odogo Leramoto, back there, red meat, Baba, stop.
Wait. So
buy Lambo.
No. I'm saying that maybe he wanted to buy it, but she did something and he changed his mind.
Even if Odogo wanted to,
what if he changed his mind?
His mother would never have allowed it.
Okay, so
but the funny thing is, last, we all know, and she knows, that
Now
Burna
everybody
can
go
afford
chop
to get her a
breakfast.
Lambo.
That's why she gave it up for the Lambo.
No,
The
no,
Lambo
no.
just
I don't
didn't
know. I
come.
don't know the price of the.
500 million is shining now.
No.
Papa,
What are you
Burna
doing?
Boy,
Guys,
shining now.
what are
Final
Yeah.
thing. If Burna had actually gotten her a Lambo
Yeah.
for the
transaction.
do you understand?
Yeah.
He would have fallen. Everybody look at Burna. I don't understand because of the
no fit.
There's no guy that
Let me
should.
quickly take some of the social feedbacks we have. Then we'll do the toast of the week, which then after
know-
that
we know who it's going to.
We know who we're toasting to. So yeah, at Outlook.com says Olamide, your new studio is on fire.
Babe.
Thank you. You see those P Square boys, eh? They are a disgrace to
Babala
twinhood,
disgrace.
and
Yeah.
that their supposed elder brother is a double disgrace.
Yes,
Rich
absolutely. I
uncle,
agree
how
with
you
that.
did? That's a shout out to you.
agree with
As Yemi says, Burna loko iyawo.
Babe, Oko Yawo.
Oloko
Burna
Yawo,
Loko
Loko Yawo,
is
thank
their
you.
mother's
Meaning
husband.
their mother's husband. City boy extraordinaire.
Babe.
These girls be making me not want female children. God, I beg. That's Atiemi. Agbenga said, rich uncle is in love with Burna, I suppose.
No, but everybody.
If that
No,
was
but
your
I'm a
sister
number
call-
one.
Is it that was it?
My sister won't be trading
Nah,
that
wow.
for Lambo. My sister would not expect that a man will buy a Lambo just because he had a trip down that place. Go late to you now. Let's be realistic now.
So Assumption says, Olamide, if a billionaire can promise and fail, who am I?
Babe.
Who am I?
This one another city boy.
Upcoming.
And then, we have Asheon. Asheon says, Deck, this is your vintage shirt. They enter my eyes. Oh.
My brother, come and collect.
Then there's good
Come and
evening,
collect.
gentlemen of the Black Table. How is Okpeyemi and Zainab? Oh, shout out to two of the producers on the Black Table. Ladies, by the way, Zainab and Okpeyemi. Great one. Then we have, okay, then it goes like this. We still never see them, especially Okpeyemi, which Rich Uncle and Gang never stops talking about. And then finally, we have this feedback here. This Burna and Sophie gist is busting my head. Yes, you are free to use your body to get what you want or whatsoever. It's a free world. It's not that free. But in every dealing, there is what they call value. One night for a car worth 400,000 American dollars. Yes, you may
They
or may
play.
not be worth
They play,
it.
my fans.
But put your shoes down on the ground. A Lamborghini. It's too much. It's too much. You know what? We're going to take just the tip from Gang today. But before we do that, we need to toast the toast of the week. So we'll do a vote on that. Who are we toasting to this week?
Odogu, you bad.
Okay,
Feel footballer.
okay, so we're toasting to Burna Boy, right?
Feel footballer.
Gang.
And first of all,
Yeah, toast to
now
toast
it
to Burna.
toast to Burna Boy because first of all, what Burna has done is to show you that money should not make you as a man. The money is aside. It enhances these things, but it shouldn't define you because any other man would have bought that Lambo. Burna, if you can have it for free, why pay? Odogu, you bad.
Toast of the week.
Toast of
You
the
heard
week.
it.
That's
Goes
like
to
that's
Burna
like
Boy.
the tip right there.
I will
That's amazing.
It's almost
Burna went all in. There was no tip there.
All in.
So, gang, let's take just a tip from you, and then we wrap up the show.
Are you guys sure you want the tip from me?
Yes,
Straight up, bro.
Just the
I don't
tip.
want the tip.
We don't want the tip
I
from
don't
you.
want
wants
the
the
tip. My
tip.
brother, show us the tip.
Just give us the tip.
I'll just say the best advice I can give. Let me give that to young women that are also aspiring to own their own Lamborghinis or vehicles or property. Don't be deceived by what you see online. Some of the people that inspire you, don't be deceived by what they're flaunting on social media and whatnot. You can make it, you can achieve it the right way. So there's so many ways to get what you want the way you want without relying on another man or using your body to get it.
Or a couple of men.
Exactly.
Or following the footsteps of people who are getting the Lamba.
Exactly.
Not the Lambo.
So that's my tip for that.
All right, thank you very much, gang. Thank you, gentlemen. It's been such an exciting edition of the Black Table. We have to go now because it's almost midnight. Yes, we're going. Yeah.
And thank you for the drink, by the way.
Yeah, thanks. By the way, today's edition of the Black Table was powered by Guinness. We appreciate it. Thank you very much. And
Extra
we
smooth.
need to what?
Extra smooth.
Extra smooth. And we need to go now. So we will be back same time, same station, same show, same people. Remember, the darker the night, the brighter the stars.
the darker the stout.
Good morning, guys.
Good morning, Marina Station and all the passengers. Efficient, it's comfortable.
This development will go a long way in reducing congestion and emission.
The trains are a long-term solution to Lagos traffic challenges.
This is where we take the final, decisions on policies, programs of government. I will have to ensure that, the narration of Lagos as a PLC is taken very, very seriously.
This is a major pedestrian bridge linking Oyingo here to Apapa Road over there.
With this overpass, we are providing what we call a permanent solution.
This place is one of the most dangerous areas at the biosecurity environment.
This can go into the news and every crimes of your neighborhood.
Our goal is to remain as Africa's model megacity, to move our GDP from the 5-6 position to the 3rd position, and we believe it's achievable with all the commitments we have.
Explore the city of Lagos, where dreams are made and possibilities are endless. Amade Doja Salam Adini.